So in the last video, I was talking about a lapidary dynamo setup basically for infinite power, and that's what's basically represented right here. So this is extremely simple. It's a simple setup or whatever. I just I like building around my stuff and making it look sprucing it up a little bit, make it look a little complex, even though it's not really complex. Um, yeah, so everything, the entire system basically starts down here with the sifting system, standard systems, sifting system with the meshes or whatever. Have an item collector on top of that that's connected to an item interface that's connected to the colossal chest. This is an iron colossal chest or whatever, multi-block or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it has a lot of space in it. I didn't really feel like going the draw route from functional drawers or whatever. I just want to collect everything in one shot. So this is it right here. Obviously the panel connected to it so I can see what's inside. I've been running it for about an hour and it's basically still pumping out items or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And everything starts over here. I have four igneous extruders. It's all connected. Lava one side, water on one side. Let's go to the bottom real quick. And matter of fact, let me do something real quick. So I can get in between the cracks and stuff. Yeah, lava one side, water one side, all the pipes set to extract to pull out the cobblestone. They're all being pumped in on the gray line into the forge hammers. Forge hammers is smashing it down in the gravel, and then the gravel is getting sent to the adjacent machine. The adjacent machine is then smashing the gravel down and making sand. And sand is all I need to do. But I have 4 sets of igneous extruders, 8 sets of forge hammers, and these are just basic LV forge hammers or whatever. So very easy to power. Got solar panel tools on top. Redstone flux cells to pull in the power. Pushes the power into energy converters. Show this 100 times, and then that power is being converted into EU and then being transported to the forge hammers and power and everything. And then down here is the pipes that's set to extract and pulling all the sand out and then sending all that sand into this deployer. This deployer is pushing everything up into the sifting system. And then over here is the power system for the deployer. I didn't really need this many, you know what I'm saying? Because I was anticipating adding crushing wheels instead of doing this, but I just left it the way it was. And then up here, same system I always use, you know what I'm saying? Got deployers pointing, dispensers pointing downwards, with water buckets inside of them, and observers basically linking all of this together, you know what I'm saying? So send a redstone signal down here, travels upward, you can see with the arrow upward, and then this observer sees it, it brings the signal backwards, it triggers this dispenser, travels through this block, and then the observer sees the change in this block and then transfers the signal backwards to this block, and then it drops the water down. It starts the entire system up. um Over here is my lapidary dynamo array. I have 2 of them. I was anticipating having one of them set for everything, every other gem that's not diamond and not lapis or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But everything's getting sent into here. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, into both of these. You know what I'm saying? Until I come up with the other system that I'll throw some filters on these pipes to separate them because they have 2 pipelines. This one was meant to make diatron crystals and send the diatron crystals into the top array, and this one was meant to take everything else and send it into the bottom array. The only issue that I have with the system is that certain uh, lapidary dynamos are on and the other ones are off. And the issue with that is that I have these pipes set to round robin, and they're not properly distributing all the items inside of all the different lapidary dynamos before the next one runs out of well, burns most of all the power. And I wonder why this is still burning when there's nothing in there. Anyway, all of these are connected to flux plugs like I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So there's no power going on, but shows the different power in there. You know what I'm saying? And this is still going up, and that right now I'm at 86 million FE. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, You divide that before, that's about 20 million EU per tick already. You know what I'm saying? So you see the benefit of that. And mind you, this is basically a battery for this network. You know what I'm saying? I have it set to this network right here. I have two more networks and another network. Um, just in this creative world, but when I go back to the real world or whatever, I have like four networks or whatever. But this is the basic the top flux storage cell. So this holds 128 billion FE, and then you could cut that into four. Like I said, that turns out to be 32 billion EU. So that's my power forever. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, this has decent throughput or whatever. There's a way to set it to where it's you can bypass any limit and it send unlimited power as much as it has in the system. But I have to look into the mod again because I've never turned that on before. But yeah, this is basically infinite. You know what I'm saying? This is perpetual. Um, this is always going to be having power in it. You know what I'm saying? And there's enough power in the redstone flux cells even without upgrading them to keep running these because this only uses about 7 EU per tick. So this is basically going to run forever. So as soon as it turns nighttime, these cells will still have enough power to power these machines. And by the time they get like maybe like halfway, 25%, it'll be daytime again. And this right here, you already know everything that's create is infinite for the most part. So that's not anything I don't have to worry about. Same as with a lot of my other builds or whatever. I have a lever that turns the entire system on. So hit that right now. Turns the entire thing on. And everything's back to work. Just pulling the lapis out immediately. And you see items going in, items going out. So I think what I'm gonna do is switch out the piping system. I'm gonna leave it the way it is right now, make a schematic. But when I go to build um, this piping system, I'm gonna switch to Greg Tech for a faster piping system. Basically, something that can shift out of like two stacks or two or three stacks at a time. In order to basically reach all the rest of these dynamos, because I'm not getting the full amount of power that I can pump into the battery as I can. And like I said, everything's nice and compact. She utilizes a couple different techniques. Of course, I showed this technique off before, right here with the water wheels and how to compact it and everything. And then for the most part, every time that I use Create, I'm just gonna use this. There's no other system that I really want to use, unless I want to do something unique and make all of these water wheels like a vertical tower or something like that. And the lapidary dynamos, I was thinking about making towers instead of making them like this. It just worked out that way. I forgot to actually make them into towers, so I'll just leave it the way it is. But these flux plugs or whatever have 6 dynamos connected to them, so every single side is connected. And that's basically it. So next time you see this, this is gonna be in the world somewhere. And I basically plop this down anywhere because this right here, Flux Networks, is basically wireless power, so I can send this anywhere on the base that I want to. So I could basically just dump this in entire build in any section of the base, a base that I mean a part that I rarely go to, and just chunk load it and leave it and just let it run forever, basically. And there's nothing I really got to worry about. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I might have to worry about is this actually backing up. But for the most part, like only ran this for an hour, and then this is not gonna fill up anytime soon. So this is not anything that I gotta worry about. There's enough storage in there. The lapidary dynamos is still gonna be eating up the power. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I want to see is when this gargantuan flux storage fills completely up. You know what I'm saying? Because this is going to still be running. You know what I'm saying? And if that stops the lapidary dynamos or whatever, but I doubt it. I think it's just gonna keep burning the gems infinitely. You know what I'm saying? But the power won't be getting stored or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if anything, I could just set up some kind of remote to automatically turn this off, or just make this a smart storage. You know what I'm saying? And I have to figure out the logistics for that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Read these lapidary dynamos. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge or whatever. I have to rework the piping system and all of that in order for everything to be read or whatever. So uh, when the inventory is completely full, then when the inventory is completely full, then the entire system will shut down or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really think it's gonna get to the point. I don't really think I really have to do all of that. But yeah, this is what it is. You know, this is what I enjoy about playing MC or whatever, creating systems like this.